Hey, what's up YouTube? You already know it's All City Live TV. Thank you for tuning in. And today we're going to show you guys how to create this banner for Fortnite Season 9. You can customize it however you please, but we're going to have all of the resources that I use to create this banner available for you guys to download in the description below. So please feel free to download all of the resources and follow along. But I'm going to show you guys every technique that I use to create this banner. This was the final image that I created, and what we're gonna do is go through each step, and I'm gonna show you guys this is exactly what I did. So I'm gonna exit out of this one, tick that off, and the first layer is a gradient, so I use my gradient tool on radial, and we're just gonna show you guys the color numbers. I use this dark blue 0A0F18, and I'll exit out of there, and the other side was 212632, so I'll exit out of there, and I just clicked from one side while holding shift and dragged all the way to the left to create this gradient here. As long as it's on radial, be sure to click on radial. The next layer I'm gonna bring up is the background layer, the season 9 background layer, and this image is gonna be available for download as well, so please be sure to click on the link below to get your resources. And what I did with this layer was I wanted to add some highlights along this area here, so I added some pink highlights to give it a bit of a hue. And then I'm gonna bring in my characters. So I have this aerobic assassin and the mullet marauder, and I put them side by side. And I added a shadow to allow some depth. So I wanted to bring in a shadow behind aerobic assassin, and the way I created the shadow was I used my brush tool, and I just brushed in a shadow there on its own separate layer below the aerobic assassin. The next thing I wanted to do was make this really pop, so I added a few flares, and I'm going to bring in those flares. These flares are also going to be available for download in the description below, so please be sure to get those free resources. They're great for any project that you got going on. So I duplicated the flare to add a bit more vibrance, and I also added another flare here to sort of give direction. You see how she's punching in that direction, so I wanted to add a bit more of that light there. I also added this flare here in our background image. It's really light and faint. I'm gonna bring that up. This flare is gonna be available for download as well. And with this flare, I lowered the opacity of this flare down to 29%, and I just made it seem as if it was blowing out. So I just wanted to add another element to the background there. And to add vibrance to the colors on our characters, I just, as you guys can see, I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can see. You can see the vibrance of the colors here. So what I do to get that additional vibrance is I set my vibrance layer to color dodge, and I switch between my eyedropper tool and my brush tool. So I'll select my eyedropper tool to sample the area, and then I'll switch back, and when I get the color that I want to sample, so I got my eyedropper tool, I want to sample this area here, I have my vibrance layer set to color dodge. And what I do is I go with my brush and I'll just click once. So if I want to sample this area here, I'll select my eyedropper tool, sample that yellow area, go back to my brush tool with the letter B on my keyboard, and I'll just click once. But what I do is I make sure that my brush is within the area I want highlighted, and I'll just do that for every highlighted area that I want to make a bit more vibrant. So the next thing I did was add my text. I'm gonna have this this text available for you guys as well, so that way you could just drag and drop if you want to make the exact same image with your likeness and your social networks. Please feel free to do so. I'm gonna have the social network icons available for you guys to download as well, and you could just type in your text. This font is gonna be available for download. It's called the Luckiest Guy, and I'm gonna give you guys the link to it It's on 1001fonts.com. So if you guys found this tutorial helpful and you want to have more tutorials just like it to walk you through how to create banners like this in less than 5 to 10 minutes, I'm gonna have these resources available for you with every single tutorial. So if you're new, please be sure to click on that subscribe button. Please smash that like button because it helps us out tremendously. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Take care.